Hi, it's Julie Reynolds, Summervillehousewife, and I'm here in a very good friend's house. And you're never going to guess who my guest is, and I'm going to let her properly introduce herself.
Hey Julie, I'm so glad to have you in my home. It's unusual that I'm at home on a Thursday, but I happen to be. My name is Martha Green, and I am a physician assistant. I'm going on my 29th year come September. I work in women's health, which I've always worked in women's health, and I love women's health, obviously. I currently work at Women's Health Partners. I am located over in our Nexton location, and I love it. It's a nice little brand new hub that I'm over there 24/7, and the other physicians and providers alternate in and out, so I get a variety every day.
Tell us a little bit about what you do and your position for people that are maybe considering this as a career path. And so, like, any insight that you could give me, like, I guess we need to start, like, how you got into this.
I've always sort of had, like, an idea of working in medicine. Although in high school, my thoughts were to go to college and then become a cruise director on a cruise ship. Not really there, but I always had an affinity toward medicine, and I learned about the PA profession from a colleague of mine who has since retired and inspired me. It's not medical school. My parents didn't really have the wherewithal to send me to medical school or allow me to go to medical school, so physician assistant just seemed like a good niche. PAs do about 80% of what physicians do in the workplace. I see my own patients, they follow me, I follow up with them, and then if I need to refer them to the physicians in the practice or outside of the practice, for example, if they're having abdominal pain that I can't work out, then I refer them over. So it's really been a really great career. I think it's a great career for me. I chose that also because I also wanted to have a family and a family life, and I am the proud mother of two wonderful, they're young men now, I say boys, but they're young men. So it allowed me some flexibility with doing what I love, but also having some time in a family life.
Did you have a defining moment, though, Martha, where you're like, this is it, this is what I want to do? I mean, was it like, did you have that moment?
I think the defining moment was that I applied to nursing school and PA school in parallel, and something went wrong with my nursing school application, and the PA application happened, and I think that was probably a God thing, and leading me in the right path. But I don't know if it was like a moment like that, but that was a defining moment on where I was going at that particular time. So
it was kind of fate, really,
yes,
that
I believe
put
so.
you in that path.
Yeah, I believe so.
How do you, like, because you've been doing it a long time, so how do you maintain your passion and that drive and, you know, that satisfaction to be in a career for that long?
I think it's because women's health specifically has nuances where there is obviously specialized medicine with women's health. There's the family medicine and preventative medicine aspect, and obviously in obstetrician, in obstetrics, there's the baby aspect and take care of expectant mothers. And then not so much now because we do a lot of the robotic surgeries, but back in the day there was a surgery component to it. So it seemed to be all of the things that I liked in one hub, if you will. The good news for me is that medicine's always changing. I'm actually embarking on my 4th recertification. In the PA realm, we are generalist trained, so every 7 to 10 years we have to take a national board certification exam that includes all the things. So I'm currently learning about cardiology and rheumatology and things that I don't necessarily do on a regular basis. The good news is that medicine's changing, and it keeps your interest in staying up to date.
What is, like, the favorite part of your career?
The relationships, I think. I think the relationships that I've built with some of the ladies that I see, even if they happen to come in, for example, an OB visit, and they don't see me that particular day because they see a variety of us, they'll stop by my desk or by my workstation to say hey. I think, you know, those relationships of knowing who their children are, or having been in the delivery with their children and seeing that, the relationships are really important to me.
I'm sure emotions are really into it too. I mean, like from having the babies and or the more serious side of it, your emotions are like really in it. Now, how do you maintain that, Martha? Like being in such a stressful and emotional job, how do you do that and then come home and then reset and then do it again?
I don't know that I do it well, because if you do it for the right reasons, because you love it and you love what you do, I think it's inevitable that you take some of that home with you. It is frustrating sometimes, and I just saw a post on social media within a few days ago, and it was a woman that said that she doesn't mind waiting when she goes to see her gynecologist because you never know what's happening behind those doors. A patient who may feel depressed and needs extra time, or a patient who is newly pregnant and extra anxious, or God forbid, somebody who's pregnant and miscarrying. So you never know what's going on behind those doors. And you have to try to compartmentalize it, because you might leave a room where somebody's miscarrying and walk into a room with a couple who's, pregnant and happy and just had an ultrasound and saw their baby's fingers and toes for the first time. So you have to try to compartmentalize it as much as you can, but sometimes it weighs heavy on your heart when bad things happen to really good people.
That must be, though, really rewarding at the same time. I mean, because what you just said, like hearing a heartbeat for the first time, and then the mother's hearing, their child. I mean, that must be like really amazing.
It's very humbling and exciting for people to allow me to be part of that journey for them, for real. And even women who have chronic pain syndromes like endometriosis, being part of that journey where the patients feel heard about the turmoil that this is causing, or even the infertility that endometriosis can cause for patients. So it's humbling. It's when patients allow me into their realm in any stage of their life. And at this point, I'm taking care of women whose I help deliver. So it's exciting for people to trust you that much.
What do you think, like for new patients, like what should they be looking for to justify like their relationship? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I think you should look for somebody who listens. I think you should look for somebody who actually genuinely cares about you and offers a good, fair, and balanced plan for diagnosing and treating what you've got going on, and somebody who, wants to go through the journey, not just, checking a box that this is the next patient of the day that they have to see. Somebody who genuinely cares. So this is a question I've had in some other arenas, and go around the room, tell everybody what you'd be doing if you weren't doing this. And I don't know that it would be as lucrative as the PA profession, but I really want to be the person who names the OPI nail color polish. That's what I want to do. That would be my ideal day. I just sit around and play with nail polish and pick funny names for them.
Well, you can still kind of do that too if you'd like.
Yeah, but I don't get paid for that quite yet. That doesn't necessarily pay for the college tuition that's due every semester. So I think I'll stick with this for a little bit longer.
So at the end of your day, Martha, when it's all said and done and you come home, what is the Martha Green, the person? What does she do on her off time, and how do you unwind, and who are you as a person?
I hope that I'm a nice person. I hope that I'm considered to be a kind person. I'm newly married. I'm actually celebrating my second year anniversary with my husband this weekend. We're going out to the beach for a couple of days just for some R&R.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I come home, I put on we call it our comfy clothes. We have a little supper and we sit on the couch and watch, binge watch some stuff on Netflix or Paramount. We just finished Scarpetta. We also have a strong faith relationship. So on the weekends, we're accounted for in church regularly. But I would hope that people would say I'm a kind person, and hopefully that I can inspire maybe a younger woman or younger person to consider the PA profession if that was their desire, and hopefully they'll say that that they saw good in me. and that I'm a good mother.
So after you retire, what would be those final comments that, other than the ones that you just said, that you would like to people to like say about you?
You did it well, my faithful servant. You did it well.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, with that, now I'm tearing up, and I don't know why.
This got way more emotional than I thought it was. Yeah.
All right, with that, I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate you allowing me in your home.
Absolutely. I'm thrilled that you're
here.
here.
You know, a lot of people in our community have a lot of respect for you.
Oh,
You hear
that's nice
the
to hear.
whispers, you know, and they're like, well, who should we go see? Of course, they bring, your
that.
name, and you're very well respected. So I really honor this time that you allowed us to have with you.
Well, that is humbling. I appreciate that. But I've established some relationships that I'm really proud of, and I hope that I'll take to my grave.
All right, well, from me and Martha, we're out of here.
Yeah, we're out.
All right,
Bye,
see you later.
everybody.
Bye.